1, 2, 3. Or 3, 2, 1, go. Probably already counting down. But that's fine, that's fine. We're just going to go with the flow. Now let's see what we have here today. Looking at my watch now, it is about 12:12. And if you want to go with military time, it's still 12:12. But the point that brings us back to is that it is not 2019. So why in all hell am I reviewing? What's that little stuff you got for us? Want to tell us what they're reviewing? The Game of Thrones. And look, it looks like some kind of special edition, little Scrappy. Let's see how special it is. Alright, enough from you. This is going to be a channel called the Raptor Reviews. So it'll be me helping along with my helper, this little Scrappy. Don't worry, I'll get better at using this camera and things. This is just for testing. So, don't be too harsh on it. Just accept that this is a little raptor who has a very critical eye and can be a bit sarcastic. He just gave me a look. He didn't even have to say anything for that one. And we are going to be looking at the final 2 seasons of the series everyone has come to love and hate and have no feelings quite in between because, yep, see this nice spiral artwork, and Best Buy in their day, when Best Buys were still around, I mean, they are still around, they did get me this, but this was a special edition that was released for the 7th season. Now, what's special about the 7th season, you may ask? Well, quite a few things, but in particular, the source material, the books, A Song of Ice and Fire, written by one George R.R. Martin, that is still yet to be complete. We look outside, it is winter right now. It is starting to warm up a bit, but he ain't never going to release that winter. He will do anything but release that. He'll keep pretending that he's going to. He likes to tease his fans with it. But I will not do the same thing. Back to my point.
Yeah, finally, you should probably get back to your point if you're ever going to get back to it at all.
Okay, see, that's why I have you here as a kind of a reminder. The 7th season is where the source material, those books, stop lining up with the TV show. Meaning the writers, if we want to be generous and call them that, and executive producers, generally known to the populace and fans of the show and series as D&D, Dumb and Dumber, pretty much were left to their own devices, and with very mixed, generally negative reviews. Not to say that there aren't some good episodes in there. I personally feel that there are. I definitely think it is worth watching at least once, if not for just a few standout scenes. You have some excellent performances. The acting itself does not at all go downhill. Neither does the direction, the music, all of the production behind things. It really just comes down to a matter of the writing, which is sometimes no dialogue is better than any dialogue at all. But back to that, we will be starting with the complete 7th season, or we'll be starting with the complete 8th season. As this final season, season 8, was only 6 episodes long. Yes, some of those episodes were longer in length, but that didn't really give them much more to work with. And yet, despite the longer episodes, it still felt rushed. And then they gave us long-ass, 12-minute scenes, roughly, with just dragons flying about, which we didn't need. I mean, we know it's a show with dragons in it, but I mean, if you showed us the White Walkers going on for a good 20 minutes, just walking, it just wouldn't be that interesting.
No, it really wouldn't. I mean, they walk slow. You just see them walking really slow. Yeah, look at me, I'm walking too slow. Does anybody want to see 20 minutes of this?
No, they don't. I don't care how much money you pour into special effects. It doesn't make for a better product. Nothing is going to make for a better product. if you just rely on special effects, you kill your characterization. But you know all this. Like I said, it is now 12:15, 12:17-ish. And my point being is that why am I going to review a show that came out a good 4 years ago that most people generally have the idea about and can look online to see summaries, reviews that are pretty much negative. What they have are those. They have the cast interviews. They have very much all the kind of sources that you could want, with one exception. This is the Raptor, also known as Lil Scrappy, and he is being known to help out because he has one thing that many of those do not. One, he has a tail, and many tales to tell he does.
Yeah, I definitely do have a lot of tales to tell, but nobody listens to me.
I'm listening to you, Lil Scrappy, and hopefully there's a few other people out there listening as well. If they just can spare to make a few minutes of their time, be a bit patient. You know, I'm new to this as well. I mean, very new to cleaning up my back room down here, but I mean, you should see the rest of the house. It's pretty clean in all of the areas that I don't go into. But so we are going to use Lil Scrappy's new and old viewpoint on it. Why? Because he is a velociraptor from the dawn of time who has both an ancient and new perspective in which he can show and give some insight into this show. Because, you know, it could be brand new for him, but he is older and wiser than any of you. So why not take, you know, a few things he says into consideration?
Yeah, that seems like a pretty good idea to me. Yeah, you just might learn something. You might. I mean, well, why? What's the harm in giving it a try? You already waste a few minutes of your life just scrolling through Facebook and your Instagrams and whatever the hell passes for information on Twitter these days. So why not just give the Raptor and company a few minutes every time to see if this show was really worth staying awake for? I mean, it went on for 8, 9, maybe roughly 10 years. So you give me about 10 minutes of your time, and we'll see what we can do with that, okay?
Alright, well that's a selling point from Lil Scrappy. He says he wants to watch it. And the first episode that we will be beginning with is Season 7, Episode 1, Dragonstone.